What's going on, guys, and welcome to another book review. And the book I got for you guys today is a book that I don't typically read, but again, it is a particular topic I do talk about a lot, so I wanted to provide you guys with a good resource, and I found that in this book. Now, the book I'm reviewing today is actually called Dangerous Personalities by Joe Navarro and Tony Portnoy. I hope I'm saying that right, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and get this book review started. I am excited to be bringing you guys this particular resource because it falls along with a particular topic that I do talk about quite often, and that is a negative environment. And I never really came across a particular book that kind of put this more into detail. And so I found that resource, and it's something I really wanted to share with you guys. I debated on whether or not I was going to do a book review on this. I can find where this can be extremely beneficial when I talk about having that environment in which you can grow and prosper in, and to have you essentially navigate what a negative environment could be like. And so with that being said, Dangerous Personalities is a phenomenal book. I love this book because I like a lot of Joe Navarro's books. I did read one of his books before about body language, and I highly suggest that you pick up his books on body language. It is one of the books that really gave me a lot of insight to what people's bodies are essentially telling you, and a lot of times I reference his book on how to stand and how to be open, and you can tell when people are closed off. So again, I do love a lot of Joe Navarro's books, and when I saw this one, again, I think what drew me to the book was just the fact that it was Joe Navarro, or he co-authored this book, but nonetheless, it was Joe Navarro in the book. And so I was excited to be reading this book because of that, because I got so much good, solid information from his body language book. And so in reading this book, again, is a phenomenal resource. If you are trying to look for a negative environment and don't quite understand what that looks like, you're going to want to pick up this book. Now, the thing I do love about this book is it goes over a bunch of different personalities, and it has lists to those personalities. So you can go through these lists and actually see if perhaps the person you are with, or even possibly yourself, if you hold any of these traits. Now, it's just not to say that you may have 1, 2, or 3 of these traits, but it kind of goes off of a baseline number. I believe you have to have up to like 15 or 16 of all these traits to really have a dramatic impact. And it says that, you know, these dangerous personalities, that not only are they dangerous, but it depends on the scale, right? Depending on how many of these attributes they have, a lot of times it could be something that they're just hard to deal with people, and sometimes it can be extremely dangerous. So this book kind of really breaks that down, and that's what I do love about this book. Again, it is great for those people out there because I do talk about having a negative environment, and a lot of people may not know what that looks like. And for myself, talking about a negative environment and talking about energy and energy vampires and all that stuff, you know, you kind of got a feel of what a negative environment is, but this kind of gives a little bit more detail to that. Now, as far as like any cons to this book, I didn't have any cons to this book. The book was actually pretty straightforward, and to be honest, I didn't even realize that I finished the book as quick as I did. It seemed like it was, I think it was like a 7-hour book or something like that, and I finished it in quite a short span. So nonetheless, with that being said, I mean, the book kind of just takes you through everything. Again, it essentially brings out the personality, then breaks it down, and it gives you all the attributes of that personality, and essentially tells you what to do when you are dealing with that personality, which I think is a huge resource and something that can be extremely useful if you are in that particular environment and are trying to get out of that environment. It provides you next steps, essentially, which I think is extremely beneficial. So again, this is going to be one of those books that I am definitely going to be referring back to a lot because of that negative environment. And to define that, this book, I think, really helps with that. It's not saying that the particular environment you are in is a dangerous environment, but it may give you some insight onto the particular personality that you may be dealing with, and also to know that it helps when dealing with other people to know other personalities and look for these particular traits, and can help you avoid getting into bad relationships. So there's a lot of benefit to this book. And again, I believe this is good for anybody out there. Perhaps if you are in a relationship, you are looking for a resource, or perhaps before you even get in a particular relationship. So I highly recommend this book if you haven't caught on to that already. Again, it's for everybody. It's for anybody that needs to understand their environment and know the difference between what a good environment is and what a negative environment is. This can help you define that, look for the traits, and make sure that you don't get into those bad relationships. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, remember to hit the like button on the way out. And also remember, if you would be so kind and do enjoy this video, to subscribe. And until next time, guys, I will see you guys later.